Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. First of all, if you guys could please smash that like button, I'd really appreciate it. If you guys could at some point in the video, leave a comment down below. It really helps the channel out. Today is Wednesday morning. Today we have a BMW 328i 2015. It's got the black paint. It's got the red guts. Love the red guts. Beautiful, beautiful interior on this vehicle. Love it. Nice looking dash. It's even got the red insert across the dash. Beautiful rig. Now this BMW had a starting issue, so it is diagnosed to have been a fuel pump. He also has a bad battery, so we're gonna go ahead and replace the battery while it's in here. So we're gonna be doing the battery and replacing the fuel pump. Now the fuel pump was working, just not adequate enough. The fuel pressure was far too low to operate this vehicle, so it wasn't quite adequate enough. So we will be replacing the fuel pump, which should be here late morning, possibly early afternoon. So we will be getting the car ready for the fuel pump and battery replacement. Now we also finished our Ford Windstar van. It's outside. We're still doing a couple on and off heat cycles, letting it warm up, cool down, warm up, cool down, and just double, triple checking fluids as we do that, so we can hopefully deliver it to our customer today. So yeah, pretty pumped. We also have our 2015 Chevy Camaro. It's all assembled. Last time I showed you guys this was still inside the spray booth. So we did put a new fender, a new door, new rocker panel, new front bumper, and we repaired the rear quarter panel. And of course we refinished it all black. So it looks pretty good. I still have to, before I pull it outside, I'm gonna do a quick ceramic wax application to the whole side of it, as well as the front bumper. Because I did do a little bit of sanding and polishing on this thing. I did a little bit of 2000 grit to knock down a little bit of the dust and dirt that I didn't like, and then I followed it up with some 3000 across the whole thing, which kind of tied in the texture of the paint. So then I machine buffed with a wool pad and some cutting compound, and then I switched to a foam pad and some foam pad polishing compound, and I went across the whole thing. So now I'm going to finish it up with a quick ceramic wax. Now what I like to use for that is Meguiar's has this hybrid ceramic liquid wax. Goes on really easy, comes off really easy as well. As a matter of fact, I really love their entire ceramic detailer and ceramic wax products. You know, the detailer works really good for cleaning and wiping down, but it does seem to strip a lot of the polishing compounds and anything that you do have on your paint off. So I can't say I love it for if you're trying to put a shine to it. I don't think that's the one. Now the ceramic wax in the spray bottle is amazing. You put it on right after you get done washing your car. You spray it on when the vehicle is still wet, and then you just rinse it right off, and then you dry it with a chamois or a towel, and it's like you don't even have to wax your car. I can't believe how good it works, guys. Really awesome product from Meguiar's. So shout out to Meguiar's for that awesome lineup of products. The detailer I don't love nearly as much, but the liquid wax I do love, as far as easy on, easy off, and it does leave a great shine, as well as it seems to stay on there pretty well, and when it rains, it likes the water beads up really well and everything too. So anyways, our customer is going to be really happy to get his car back today. There is still snow outside, so he's probably gonna be doing some donuts. I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't end up in a ditch in this thing. I know he's pretty happy to get this thing back. I'm really happy with how good it came out. We got our Camaro emblem back on. One thing we did experience with this vehicle is when we were replacing all the guts and the wiring harness in the door. The new door did come with a wiring harness. Now that harness is actually right here. So this door came in our door. Now it's a 2011 Chevy SS door with 40,000 miles on it. It came from a wrecking yard, had this harness in it. So it was an SS hardtop. door, come to find out. And basically the difference is in the window power switches, because on the convertible these back windows go down when the top goes down. So that was one thing we were experiencing. We also had to calibrate how the window goes up and down, as well as the alignment once the regulator was in. So when you open these cars, the window drops. Did you guys see that? The window drops about 1 inch. And then when you close it, it goes back up. So when you open it, it drops. Now that's all calibrated inside the computer of the power window modules. So you actually have to calibrate that with the vehicle and the key. There's a certain amount of seconds you gotta wait, blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna go into it. Anyways, it was a little bit of a job, so we did have to do that. But overall, it ended up working out. You can see right there, it went back up like it's supposed to. So we do have to get the side of it waxed today. So we did end up finding the difference in this harness, so we did have to switch the harness around as well. So this door has all the original guts in it that it came with. It's just a new door shell from an SS model. So that pretty much wraps that up for the Camaro project. Bodywork came out killer, pretty happy with it. I really want to work on tightening up the booth because we're getting a little more dirt and dust than I want to be, just causing me to have to do a lot more detailing than I want to, a lot more sanding and polishing, and sometimes sanding and polishing can be a headache because you got to buff 3, 4, 5 times, and sometimes you'll still have a dull spot or two, and sometimes you won't even see those dull spots until a week or 2 later after maybe it's washed or something. So hopefully I've buffed well, more than enough, and it looks pretty good, guys. I've been doing this a long time, so I'm confident in myself. We finally, I know you guys have been seeing this in my videos and I keep going back to it, but today is the day that I'm going to be spending the rest of the day after the Camaro's out and delivered, getting this thing buffed out. Now I'm going to spend today and tomorrow and Friday, if I need to, probably won't take that long, but getting this thing buffed, getting it polished, waxed. I got some cleanup to do on the inside. I got a lot of work to do. I don't want to give this back to him all dusty and dirty, so I got a lot of cleanup to do before I can get this ready for my customer. But I do want to get this Integra all buffed out this week. It is snowing outside, so I don't expect them to come get it. It can't really be driven home because there's no plates and lights and stuff like that, so you'll have to bring his truck and trailer. So we'll see what the weather's like, and maybe he'll be able to pick it up by like Friday, maybe this weekend, or it might end up still sitting here into next week, but it'll at least be finished. So I don't mind if it's still here, but I really want to get this done, wrapped up this week so it can be ready to leave. So our Integra Type R Tribute project. It's got the J-Spec nose from a Type R. It's case swapped from an Acura RSX Type S. 6-speed transmission. JDM fenders. Right-hand drive converted as well. Leather interior. Integra Type R center console even. So really pumped to get this one done and get it out of here. So a little more detailing yet. I still got to finish up this quarter panel, this door, and I'll hop back over to the other side and finish that other quarter panel as well as the trunk lid. And yeah, we'll pretty much be wrapped up with that this week. Another thing is I had a little bit of extra time yesterday before my Zoom meeting, so I actually was working on the Del Sol core support. Now I know on the Del Sol vlog when I show you guys the new shop car, we are building another Del Sol 1093. It's an original Samba green car. It's an SI, so it has rear disc brakes and power steering and all that good stuff. So it did have a core support on it that someone had tech screwed on, and then they got in another accident, so it actually mangled the core support. These are really hard to find, and parts cars are kind of hard to find as well. It's honestly cheaper to buy a whole car than it is to buy the parts for these cars. So anyways, I was gonna see if I could salvage this core support. And since the last time I showed you guys in that Del Sol vlog of the new shop car, this core support is a lot straighter. Now, I didn't drill these holes. These are extremely big holes that they use to drill out the spot welds when removing. Not sure who did that, but we did a lot of hammer and dolly action. Now you can see my dollies right here. There's a dolly. There's another one. They're different shapes and sizes. They're steel dollies. Now I got some old body hammers, different body hammers, and some pry bars. And I was working this steel. Now you can see I got it kind of clamped because there was a few spot welds that were kind of drilled that didn't need to be drilled. And so I got it kind of clamped because we're going to be welding this piece back to this support here as well as over here. So you can see right there the spot weld kind of came loose. So I was able to grind all the paint away in all the areas that need some welding. We were able to tweak the core support. Luckily we have the Del Sol in there to go off of to make sure that, you know, this thing's looking right and the right angles. But you can see we're getting it ready to weld up. So she's almost there. I was able to get some of the little black spray paint and plasti dip that they use to paint this car off the core support. So we'll get the rest off when we paint the engine compartment. But really pumped on the core support. Came out really good. It's looking almost perfect. Now before we weld this to the car, of course we'll be test fitting the core support and dry fitting the hood and everything like that before we start going welding away. But it is pretty much ready to apply some weld through primer. Now I have some U-Pull weld through primer here. It's a copper coating, so when you spray it out, it's actually like a copper color. And it's actually like a metal coated paint, so it's copper coated. And essentially what that does is copper does conduct electricity, so you can weld through it as well as protection from the water and all that stuff. So it's a coating that will allow it to not rust, but also allow penetration for welding. So we'll be coating all these metal surfaces that I have here with weld through primer, as well as the flanges on the car. And then we'll butt up the core support on the car and we'll start welding. That way, when this gets butted up against the frame rail, we don't have bare metal in between and have a rust problem a few years down the road. So really pumped on the core support, how it's coming out. It looks almost perfect, guys. We'll be able to tell a little more once I have the car inside, but we'll see if possibly next week we might be able to get the Del Sol in on Monday. I might have Mikey work on that on Monday. If not, he may be doing a tune-up on my truck. I'm not sure yet. So anyways, get excited, guys. I got lots of ideas for the Samba Green Del Sol. We are going original Samba. OEM Plus optioned out is the theme of the car. So get excited, guys. Anyways, smash that like button. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.
Ooh, like LeBron, though, or like Bonzo. Ooh, I'm a baller, yeah, shot caller, yeah. They love me, you can't touch me, nah, can't trust me. I'm too lucky. Look at me, look at you, what you see, what you do.